quick video, but right now I'm just embracing my inner killmonger. And what I mean by that is embracing the smoke, embracing the energy. Brothers, we're going to have to start embrace being the bad guy. Like, I know we're trying to beat the stereotype, try to present ourselves the best way we can to show people that we're not what this media said we are. I know Brother General Tito was talking about how brothers got to watch every bite of cereal they take in order for them not to meet the stereotype that's been projected onto them by the birth of a nation propaganda. And we should do that, but at the same time, it's like this. We just need to just embrace that shit. Because I'm starting to come to the conclusion that no matter what we do, no matter how good we try to present ourselves, we try to show the world that we're not the stereotype, we're not this big black boogeyman, and that we deserve love, respect, just that and the third that the typical man wants. It's that as long as our ass is black, we're going to always be looked at as the villain of the story. We're always going to be looked at as the bad guy, number one. We're always going to be the antagonist of somebody's anime story. And I'm here to tell you guys that that's not necessarily always a bad thing. This used to bug the hell out of me. I remember a couple years ago when I started making videos talking about the propaganda and stuff that gets aimed towards black men, and sometimes other people in other cultures, they're not around us, so the only thing they got to go by is like the media, and the media doesn't show us at the best light. It used to bug the hell out of me. Not anymore, not how I used to. I just started embracing that shit. I embrace being the bad guy. It is what it is. It shows you that that's some worth. You actually have some value. There's some worth about yourself. If people is making you out to be the bad guy, making you out to be the villain, I'm just embracing it. And it only makes me stronger. These naysayers, what they saying about us, this whole thrive to prove them wrong, that you're right, it is motivating. Especially with the whole passport thing. They trying to say we're lying, we're frauds, or, don't nobody want your black ass. These people want to accept you, this, that, and the third. Their fathers are not going to hand you their daughters. Or you guys are broke and dusty and lame. That's why you got to travel, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, bring it on, man. Because we're always going to clap back. And this is what I don't get about these haters. People want to hate on us, man. It's like, they act like we won't clap back with receipts. We've been showing nothing but receipts and they still won't get it. They still keep coming back for more. It's like they're glutton for punishment. We just gotta not give a fuck anymore. And then that's gonna take people off guard once they know we don't give a fuck. They try to use the strags. They try to use these straggle daggles and the Keisha's against us. Remember on TikTok, with this whole war, passport bro war, against these American women, and then they always come. It's like they always use black women as like a sword to get at black men. It's like this. Why they gotta always use them? Why they gotta use the sisters, right? Why can't they just come at us with their own talking points? It's like this. I would have more respect for these American bimbos if they would have came at us with their own merits, based on their own merits, their own point of view, their own disagreement, without having to bring up black women, without having to use black women as like a shield or a sword to get at black men, where it had nothing to do with black women at all. These women don't care about them. Like these same women who want to put on the cake for them. I never seen any of these women talk about Cassandra Bland. What's the other chick name? I know her last name had to be Boyd or something like that, but she ended up getting shot because her boyfriend was like running some drugs and shit. And the other black chicks that got shot by the police, I don't see none of these women who's caping, putting on the cape for them, putting on the Batman cape, the Supergirl cape. I don't see none of these women talking about those incidents, or talking about black girls' rights and supporting black women and all that, and supporting black female businesses and stuff like that, or talking about quote unquote colorism, this, that, and the third. Because the moment, like, I know a lot of these shits are full of crap, because they say a brother come through. The moment a brother came through and they find attractive, they'll be out here trying to snatch that brother behind a black chick's back. Because I don't heard the story so many times. But y'all get what I'm saying. We should not give a fuck and have them think. If they want to think that we got it out for these straggle daggers that we hate, even though that's not the case, but it is what it is. If that's what they're going to think, it is what it is. Let them think that. The same thing goes for these dudes as well. Outside of black men, these dudes outside of black men, if they want to think we hate these strads, let them think that's what we do. We need to start giving a fuck. It is not like we actually hate them. I don't got anything against them. Not on that level. But if that's what people want to think, it is what it is. We don't want to deal with this culture, this environment. If they want to think we hate, you know what? Let them think that. And we got a bunch of gripes. It's not even just about women. We got a bunch of gripes about America as a whole. It's some things in America we ain't really feeling, brothers. We know. If they want to think that we're just complaining, oh, you guys are doing is complain about everything. It is what it is. Let them think that. So what? Stop giving a fuck. Embrace being villain. We need to start embracing that shit. Why? Because we're going to win in the end. It's like when Denzel Washington said one of his movies, I'm going to win. I'm going to win. That's a sound bite that Edward Anderson be playing. But we're going to win in the end, and they're going to look silly. And when Rome falls, which is Rome is falling. Even a lot of these World War II veterans see it. They see it. Rome is about to fall. And when that do, I don't want to hear society look at black men to fix it. because this is what they always do. This is what white folk always do, and even these other people of color. Every time some crisis happen, they always looking at us to save the day, like we Black Lightning or Static Shock or Black Panther or Icon. They want us to come save the day like we Icon. Or Media Man, Blank Man. On different factors like political, entertainment, resources, been in the military, this, that, and the third, man. They always looking for us to save the day, and we get no appreciation for that shit. It's time for brothers just to say fuck everybody. You mad, be mad. This is how we feel. This is what we want. If you don't like it, F you. If we gotta be the bad guy, we gotta be the bad guy. If we gotta be the big black boogeyman, so be it. If we gotta be the supervillain, so be it. How you think the so-called, the good old boys got on top anyways? Embracing being the villain, including other European countries. Don't get me started on Britain. They damn near colonized half the damn planet. They embrace being the villain, the bad guy, the villain. Think about it. All the people who's in power, they was villains in somebody else's story. And they got what they wanted. Power, position, resources. Like, we need to start being like that. But from a more morality standpoint, from a standard standpoint, even from a resource standpoint. It's just a new term I'm going to create. It's called embracing my inner Killmonger. Because I know a lot of people made this whole Killmonger character into like some kind of pro-black symbolic gesture. But it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. It's kind of like Steep Meaner. Black Mind said, releasing my inner Steep Meaner. So I'm about to use Killmonger because I can sort of relate to that shit. He don't gotta be some kind of pro-black symbolic gesture. He can just be like a symbolic gesture for black men who don't give a fuck about who people think about them. That's really how I saw Killmonger. I ain't see him as this pro-blackity black character. I saw this guy as a guy who didn't give a fuck about what people think and embrace being the villain, embrace being the bad guy in order to get what he wanted for the greater good. So this is it. I'm out.